was elected constable and fire chief and a merchant, and as well as being a father and a family man. And so we remember him. If you will listen to this Psalm 34 as we open the meeting. Come, my children, listen to me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord. Whoever of you loves life and desires to see many good days, keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking lies. Turn from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are attentive to their cry. The face of the Lord is against those who do evil, to cut off the memory of them from the earth. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted, and he saves those crushed in spirit. And I hope you can say amen to that song. Let's stand and face the flag and say with me the Pledge of Allegiance to the U.S. flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you to everyone who came tonight to be with us for this. The adjustment and the approval of the agenda as it stands here. Items will only be added, so I've been told that we are not going to add any items to the agenda, so I will make this one comment. If you want to speak at the public comment, this is an opportunity for members of the public to express items of interest to the mayor and city council. This is not a time to respond or take action. Any necessary action will be taken under advisement. Speakers are asked to use proper decorum and to limit comments to no more than 3 minutes. So first of all, we will entertain anyone who wants to address the town council. If you will, just, I know you don't need to state your name, but if you would state your name.
Yeah, I'd like to express my concern to the town council. I'm very disappointed. You know, we pay tax money for services in our town and to run our town. Counting the trailer and the tree you bought, you spent $52,000 of taxpayers' money. And that is not a service in my book. That's more than a lot of people in the town make in a year's time. I hear people come to the town board and they want this, they want that other towns have. We don't have the revenue, and I doubt we ever will because we're a small community. And I really don't care what everybody else has got. I'm concerned about total. And the way I feel about it, and it might sound harsh and cruel, this is the way I feel about it. If you don't like our little community and what we can provide for our town, you know, you don't have to live here. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. I don't see anyone else who wants to address the city council, so I will move on to the next item, which is the consent agenda, and that is 2 different parts, and so we'll need a motion to adopt this consent agenda.
Make a motion we adopt.
Second.
Motion is made and a second. Is there any more discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? No one is opposed. So now we're at the item of business, and that is we're going to have a motion to go into this public hearing.
Motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
Motion's been made and a second. Is there any more discussion? If not, all All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. Okay, we are now in the public hearing to discuss, considering designating the downtown Taylorsville Historic District as a local historic district. And Amy, I appreciate you coming tonight to speak with us on this subject.
Right. Thank you, Council. Thank you, Mayor. So the Alexander County Historic Preservation Commission has applied to make the downtown historic district a overlay district. So just a brief description of what an overlay district is. There's the base zoning district that will not change. Most of these businesses are mixed use. That's still in place. All of the rules and regulations that come along with that are in place. There's also a downtown overlay district. It sets a little bit higher design standards, a little higher standards for our downtown corridor. That is still in place. That will not change. This is an additional overlay district over the area that was placed on the National Historic Registry back in August. As far as for zoning, essentially that means that any modifications, changes, upgrades to these businesses will go before the Historic Preservation Commission to get a certificate of appropriateness before anything can be done, basically. So this went before the Alexander County Planning Board on November 14th. And they found it to be consistent with our comprehensive plan as well as our land development code. So our comprehensive plan, this downtown area is in our urban services area, so it's primarily a commercial district. The goals of our comprehensive plan are to adopt land use regulations that are clear, equitable, and reasonably focused on addressing the needs of Alexander County. And overlay districts are established to provide special additional development standards for identified areas such as a recognized historic district. To promote the development of a diversified and balanced mix of land uses in the county. Again, this is primarily mixed use, which allows for a combination of retail and residential. That's not changing. Direct growth to areas where essential services and infrastructure are present and protect sensitive natural areas and key historical cultural resources from extensive development. This area does have public utilities, both water and sewer available. And this overlay district will allow those services to be maximized while protecting this historical resource. Aim to mitigate common negative impacts of new development. This property would be required to follow any of the land development code regulations and would help guard against any incongruous development in this historic district. And foster distinctive, attractive neighborhoods with a strong sense of place. And the goal of creating a historic district to preserve the historic character of this community. So that meets that. The requirements of our land development code lays out 6 items: provide adequate light and air, prevent overcrowding of land, avoid undue congestion of the population, lessen congestion on roads, secure safety from fire, panic, and dangers, and facilitate the efficient and adequate provision of transportation, water, sewerage, schools, parks, and other public requirements. Anything that goes in there, like I said before, will have to meet all of the requirements of the land development code, as well as any building requirements, sanitation, so all of those rules are still in place. And like I said, the planning board took this up on November 14th and decided unanimously to recommend this to the council for approval. So if you have any questions, please answer them.
Okay, we're in the public hearing. If you'll come and address the public, would you state your name? Would you come to the podium and state your name, please, and make your comments?
Derek Jones, not a comment, a question. Is there an option for a property owner to opt out
No.
Okay, thank you very much.
Any other comments from the public? Need a motion to go out.
Make a motion that we, go out of public hearing.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. There's more discussion. If not, all in favor say aye. Any opposed, like sign. No one is opposed, so now we're going to take on the ordinance designating this local historic district.
Motion to adopt the ordinance designating.
Second.
Motion's been made and a second. Is there any more discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Let's hear from you. No one is opposed, so thank you for that, and we do appreciate the work that's gone into this, especially the county commissioners who approved it last night at their meeting, and we just can't thank you enough. I think it's going to, I've talked to all of you, and I think it's going to make a big difference in our future of downtown. Thank you so much again. And you can stay with us if you'd like, or if not, we'll be glad to excuse you. Okay. We go to item number 5. The town council will consider appointing one of the 3 members as board chair.
Yes, if I may, real quick, Mayor, we need to have 2 actions underneath this item. The first action, we will need to appoint a new member to the ABC board, and then we will need to assign a chair. We will need to appoint a new member because one of our current members decided to resign. Mr. Blake Watts decided that he was no longer willing to serve on the ABC board. I did receive information today that Mr. Brent Eisenhower was willing to serve on the ABC board. I contacted Mr. Eisenhower and verified that he is willing to serve. I told him that I would have to present him to you all as a council to discuss that and to vote on that. So that would be the first item we need to do under the discuss and vote on whether you appoint Mr. Eisenhower to the ABC.
Did you look at the list? Were there other people, who were the other people that were on the original list? I know Jonathan Coley was one of them.
I think Jonathan Coley was on there, Billy Sharp, and I think Mr. Clemens was an attorney. Or there's a Chris Clemens.
No, he's Alexander Otto.
Okay, he declined. Okay. The only other 2 is, well, the only other one then is Billy Sharp, and then now Mr. Eisen.
I make a motion that we appoint Jonathan Coley.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Is there any more discussion?
Before we vote, did you talk to Jonathan?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Any more discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. No one is opposed. All right. And now, we need to consider the board chair.
I'd like to nominate Ron Rubin for chair.
Second.
I didn't hear that name, I'm sorry.
Ron Rubin.
Ron Roseman.
Ron Roseman?
Yes.
Motion's been made and a second. Is there any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. No one is opposed. All right, that takes care of item number 5. So we want to consider in item number 6 the appointed terms.
I will say that the ABC board had its first official meeting yesterday, and Mr. Roseman did agree to a 1-year term. Mr. Dermeyer agreed to a 2-year term, and then that would be a newly appointed Mr. Coley with the 3 years.
I'm sorry to interrupt again. Is there a list of these people somewhere that, is it on here somewhere?
Yes, it's,
Page 111.
page 111.
I'll find it if it's in here. Okay.
So this, you've said you agreed to that, so we need a motion regarding this.
Motion to adopt these terms of service.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Is there more discussion? All in favor say aye. Is anyone opposed? No one is opposed. Okay, we're moving right along to item number 7, which is, Nathan, if you want to explain what we have there for item number 7.
Yes, there are certain statutory requirements by the ABC board to distribute to the state and for taxes and for alcohol education. Also, they must pay out all their operating expenditures. After all of those state required distributions have been allocated and they have met all of their operational expenditures for the year, the net proceeds are then given to the local governing board to distribute how they would. So you all stated previously that you would like the remaining net profits to be directed to the general fund of the town of Taylorsville. So that's what this resolution states, is that after all of the deductions for operations and state mandated distributions according to North Carolina General Statute 18B 805, shall be restricted and distributed as follows. All remaining profits are directed to the general fund of the town of Taylorsville.
Angela, that's 112.
I got it. I
You
found
got
it.
it?
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right.
Motion to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any more discussion? If not, all in favor say aye. Any opposed? Anyone opposed? No one is opposed to that. Thank you. Okay. So, item number 8 is the resolution directing the clerk to investigate a petition for voluntary annexation. Nathan, do you want to go over that? Or?
Yes, we received a petition to annex property located at Alexander County Tax Parcel 000178119, 0009979, 0009980, and 0009981 from Eagle Engineering for the purpose of a future residential development.
Okay. So the clerk has all that information, and the board is directing the clerk to do that. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And then there's no action on that, except, do you want?
You have to vote to adopt the resolution to the director to do so.
Okay.
Motion to adopt the resolution.
Second.
Motion's been made and a second. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Like sign. No one is opposed. We might say that this is a proposed development that's gonna probably be located between Highway 16 South and Happy Plains Road. 8 acres in there, to be specific about the location, right?
It's 83 acres.
8 acres. Okay, so we have to establish this public hearing for the council to consider establishing a public hearing. So we want to do that. How long will it take you?
I should be able to have everything already for the January meeting. If you want to set that public hearing for the January meeting, then I think everything should be in order. We've already looked at something.
public hearing in January.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Is there any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No one is opposed. Okay, so the town of Taylorsville holiday meeting schedule. Nathan?
Yeah, if you'll, notice I laid it in front of you, before the meeting. A copy of the schedule has, the date, January 20th, highlighted for Martin Luther King Jr. Day. This date was originally wrong on the date that I put in your agenda, so I corrected that. I had, the original date was January 15th. That was this past Martin Luther King Jr. Day's date for the calendar year. 2025 will actually be January 20th. So just wanted to make you aware of that change that I made and provided you with that updated schedule.
Make a motion to accept the meeting schedule for 2025.
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded. Is there discussion? Do we get these out to the press and to the radio station? Do they get all of our press releases?
We'll send that to them.
Okay. All in favor? Go.
Will this be added to the website?
Yes, ma'am.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign. No one is opposed. Zach Green, our finance director.
I only have one budget amendment for you today. In the workshop, we talked about needing 2 new police radios. Before you is the budget amendment. It'll be paid for in a general fund balance, $3,424. And the line item it will be attached to is capital outlay for the police department. That will purchase 2 radios. They're $1,712 apiece. Make a motion, we accept this.
Second.
Motion's been made, and did you get the second? All right, good. Okay, motion's been made and second. Any more discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No one is opposed to that. Okay, Chief Police Mike Millsap, if you'll give us a police report.
Sure. We've got 269 self-initiated calls, 336 calls for service, and for a total of 605, which is a little bit down from previous month, which is good. Also, we will say that the parade is Saturday, so I don't know if we're excited about that, but we are. We're going to take care of that parade for it, and we know that we will. That's all I got.
Zach, do you want to give us any updates on, you got any money in the bank?
We got a little bit.
Okay, a little bit.
The only real update I got, we're in the final stages of the 23 audit in talks with Martin Starnes, so we should be wrapping that up here pretty soon. Then we're gonna roll right in to get it back on track.
Okay, Aaron White, our Public Works Director.
We had spoken in the work session about the playground equipment and everything. They just come and start that last Monday. Worked on Monday and Tuesday, got the majority of it done. Going to finish up this week on it, and then once it's complete, then we'll be getting the mulch all in and hopefully have the parking back open again with all the new equipment and new layout. There again, hopefully by the end of this month. Christmas lights are hung, as everybody can see, and we requested quotes on getting the 2 trees on First Street there, emergency services removed from the island so that we can make the repair to the street there. Hometown tree service came in at $4,250 and Telstra Tree Care came in at $5,250. So I contacted Hometown. They want to add it to their schedule, so those trees will be removed hopefully next month, and then we can get that area of asphalt cut out and the wood ground down and get that street
manager's report.
Yes, for the last couple of meetings in our work session in November, and we had a public hearing earlier in the month on the land use plan, so that'll come back before you in January for formal adoption. I did contact West Consultants to get an update on the sidewalk project on the west side of town. I did not hear back from them today, but before the Thanksgiving holiday, they were 95% done with the plans. So we're still kind of right there on the cusp of getting that out to bid. So I was hoping to get an update today on that to see if they were 100% done with the plans. But as soon as they give me 100% confirmation that they're done with the plans to go to the bid, I'll let you all know. We're working with the COG to get a list of public works projects together. There's potentially some more funding coming down from the federal level for the western part of the state. And as you know, Alexander County has been moved in with the other counties within the western Piedmont region. So hopefully there'll be some funding available and some grants available within the next 2 to 3 years for us to apply for some infrastructure projects. So we'll continue to keep you updated on that. We've been working to put together a request for proposals for space analysis and cost feasibility study for the town hall and our public works facilities to look at what it would cost to update the interior of the town hall for the police departments and needs that they have, future staff such as the planning and zoning staff member that will either contract with through the COG or hire on as a new position, and how we can improve our public works facility to be at a higher level of efficiency and operational wise for the staff members there and for the services that we provide to the towns. We look at releasing that and sending that out later this week. So as those proposals come in, we'll put those together and forward those to you all. For our economic development strategy project that we went and decided to partner with the Department of Commerce on, we'll need to start looking at putting together the steering committee for that. It should be approximately 10 people, such as 2 elected officials, some members of staff, key property owners in our business and industrial districts, citizens who are active in the community, key constituents and business interests, stakeholders. So if you have anybody in mind that would be willing to serve on that steering committee, please discuss that with them and confirm their interest, and then forward those to me so we can put those together. Yes, ma'am.
Do they have to live within the city limits?
I don't think that they do, but if they are involved and invested in the town of Townsville and our future, then I think they would be valuable asset to the community. Saturday is the Christmas parade, and I printed out a packet of information for you all regarding that. Council, you will need to be at your staging area at Alexander Central High School in the second level parking lot. You can park your personal vehicles in the lot closest to the front of the building, which is level 1 on the lot of that auditorium. You need to be there too, because we're going to start shutting down the streets at 2:15, and then the parade will start at 3. And it's council's vote is 61 and 62, so look for those numbers in the staging area when you get there on Saturday. Our Christmas tree donations are currently up to 18,500. We had some more donations over the last couple of weeks. And a reminder that on December 23rd at 12 p.m. we're having our staff Christmas lunch before the Christmas holidays, so that invite
all of you as council to attend that, and, he was staff if you're available for that. That is all I have.
Back, just regarding the disaster relief, I'm told that the reason the state didn't allocate any more than about $1 billion, and that's not nearly enough for Western North Carolina, is they want Congress to act in December to put disaster money in the budget. So that's kind of what they're waiting on, I think, so that, because if they have a lot of money, then FEMA might say, well, you've got plenty of money, but they want Congress to act. So I think that's one of the reasons that they only allocated about $1 billion to Western North Carolina. Thank you for your report, and now we're going to get into general discussion from the council. I guess the tree is going to be Thursday night at what time?
At 5:30. So I just need me to talk about all of it.
Yeah.
So, we'll start at 5:30 with the children from Taylorsville Elementary doing singing from 5:30 until about 5:45, 5:50, whenever they finish. We'll have a few minutes to speak, thank our, donors and contributors and everybody that's helped us with that. And then Studio 3 Chorale will sing, followed by Antioch Handbells, followed by Voices of Joy, followed by the ACHS Jazz Band. So that'll give us music throughout the night. Matt Schrum is providing the sound for the evening. Not as a sponsorship, but as a, he's being paid to provide sound for the whole evening. And so he will play music in between as things are moving on and off the stage. We'll need to get 2 8-foot tables down there on that stage prior to or around 3 o'clock so that Antioch Handbells can set up. We put them down there for them last year. Chris Clemens is leading the cruising, and he has called, and I spoke with Aaron the other day about borrowing cones, and he's going to set up cones for the classic cars to set up along Main Street. Tabitha Day Forth, Tabitha and Company is sponsoring the Santa Clauses, and her check came in. That's the other one that was in that envelope. In addition to another sponsor that came on board this week was Hartman's Hometown Properties, and that check has been turned in. I'm assuming that was included in your total. And additionally, Inline Designs is the sponsor of the wrapping for the boxes, and they are up there working as hard as they can go right now. And Eric's got one more box to make, I think, and then he's going to run one more sticker, and they look phenomenal. I wish I could show you the picture I took on my phone a minute ago, but they look great, and they'll be ready to be moved in the morning. I mean, because they're like filling up the store right now. And Keely Shea did a phenomenal job on the design for the shirts and she sold a ton of pre-orders, she said. And so I picked up all the council members' shirts. I got those for you, brought them, and so vendors. Oh, we did have the one. Oh no, there's the shirt. Yeah. So, and you can stop in and see her. I mean, she's going like crazy up there. People painting all the time. There's people in there painting just a minute there. But she did a great job for us. And everybody up there is very excited about the trees that have started lining the streets. We didn't get as much feedback from the churches as I thought we would get, but Mount Carmel, Mount Hebron, who's also doing the nativity scene, they did a tree. Did Not Parish and their counterpart, there's 2 churches that are together, but that was Cindy Sellers, the Democratic Party, Red Market Antiques, Restop Properties, and I'm probably going to forget somebody. I said the Democratic Party and Cindy Sellers Church, right? Okay, so I think that, but they look great at night, as long as, car lights don't hit a couple of them in the car. So if car lights hit the little solar thing, then they turn off for a second, but as you drive by, they come right back on. But, I think, as people see them, people have called and asked, and, we've gotten a few more, so, maybe there'll be a couple more, or maybe they won't, or maybe after this week, when there's so many people in town and they see them, they'll ask how, and if they ask, I've responded and told them how they could, you know, what they could do and how they could be a part of that.
Explain how they can.
Oh, yeah, the request was for 7-foot trees with solar lights and whatever the decoration they had, whatever decorations they wanted to put on them, they could not be glass, they had to be plastic or something that would not break. And then they needed to make a sign to attach to the tree that stated who put the tree up so that people could see as they walked. And so they add a lot to this upper end of town. And hopefully, as the years continue, we'll get more with more people involved. We did have one food vendor let me know today that they're not going to come because it was digging dogs and they were only bringing the small cart, not the trailer they had at Hometown Christmas. And he said that meant that they would be exposed to the elements the entire time, and so therefore he wasn't going to come. But the barbecue place that you sent me, that lady said that she would come. So we still have plenty of food trucks. And with that music lineup, we should have a large crowd all night long. Oh, and the carriage rides sold out. The ticketed rides sold out in the first 45 minutes when Gary went put them live. So, we went live. Huh?
That's for every night?
No, just for the first night we did it for every night, and they sold out within an hour and a half for all 3 nights, and people were like fussing the whole time. So the second year we did it, we decided that we would just do them 1 week at a time. That way, it would give more people more opportunity to sign up. But then we also added the walk-up carriage so that you could come and just stand in line if you didn't have a ticket, and you could still. And that carriage worked out great. And Tim, Eric, and Jack can talk about that.
Where is the link posted?
It's on Visit Alexander County, NC, and he posted it on Facebook and Instagram.
Is it the
Yeah, it's on
information?
Facebook today.
Okay, I just never saw it on Facebook. I was just looking to see where it was.
On our website.
I mean, do you think there'd be a better way to do it? Do you want to see if he could push it out to? I mean, I'm afraid in the transition that nobody's going to see it anyway.
Well, I mean, it obviously is not seen because.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have people calling, you know, before we're going to know, and I was like, I kept saying, it'll be up on Monday morning, it'll be up on Monday morning, and the minute it went up, he was like, oh my
I
gosh,
just didn't know where to look.
it's full.
Visit Alexander.
Visit Alexander, see. And so then, again, this coming Monday, the next Thursdays will go live. We don't have those same two. So, and this is a short year between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and it's only 3 weeks, and next year will be the same. So, just letting you know. B6 Properties, the sponsor of the carriage rides, is also going to put up a backdrop to take pictures with, like if you want to stand like a backdrop, like a photo backdrop that you can take pictures with while you're standing in line. And a new addition is the Hometown Christmas Bingo Challenge, and Moose's Boutique got little wooden ornaments. They're about, I should have brought one with me, but they're about that big, about 2.5, 3 inches, and she burned or cut Hometown Christmas Taylorsville 2024 into them and tied the twine to them, so they're just little rustic wooden hometown ornaments. And the Taylorsville Times come on board, and they are going to sponsor the bingo, so they're running it in the paper, printing the page in the paper, and they also ran off additional paper copies that I'll either we'll have down at Santa or at the carriage rides where they can pick them up. And so they sponsored the copies, they sponsored things, so they're all on there. And then I've got 5 of these little houses that I'm gonna hide in the businesses and give each business one ornament in the house each night, so that it'd be like a scavenger hunt. And if you find the little house in the business, then you can bring it back either to Road Market or to the carriage rides and swap the house. Oh no, they'll give you a house, they'll give you an ornament there. I'll just give them another ornament for the next week. So you take the house to the business owner, they'll give you the ornament there. Or you can get bingo on the sheet and take it back to the carriage ride place, or if you're on this end of town, to Road Market, and the next will give you an ornament for your bingo sheet. And the Times office will be the pickup location before Thursday night. So if you want to get one tomorrow, you can pick it up at the Times office at the front desk.
What time during the light of the singing and stuff, we're gonna light it?
That's right, we'll do our little speech and whatever we want to say, and then light the tree right at 6. But that is the goal. I think the bottom scarves, gloves, multiple layers. I don't think you guys are going to get to see our shirts, but at least we'll know we have them. Because it's supposed to be cold.
Okay, thank you. Y'all want to say anything about there? You have to make a comment.
I just want to thank the sponsor personally for sponsoring the tree. The town did run the money, but we are looking forward to having it paid for by sponsors. So yes, your town taxes won't be affected. So I just want to say that.
Okay, Jack Sims and I were at the county meeting last night, and they announced a new incentive program through economic development. And I think, matter of fact, Piedmont Composites, theirs was approved last night, which is adding to the economic development of our county. And I think they're going to spend over $7 million over 5 years maybe, and so if you want more information about the new economic incentive program on the county, you can see Connie Kincaid regarding that, or anyone else at the office over there. I think that's a great thing for the county. Any other discussion regarding our county and town?
Mayor, I'd like to say one thing if I could. If it's in order now. So I know that on the agenda tonight, you have 2 items regarding this proposed annexation. And it looks like it might go forward. I just said, my experience has been that I treat all developers like you treat the music man who came to River City. And I think what I'm asking the board to do tonight is, of course, support this staff that if this development goes forward, that we get a quality development that has quality utilities put in place, quality streets that are put in place, and that a development we can be proud of. And sometimes what happens is if the staff pushes back on these developers, the developers come running to the city council. So the staff's being too hard on them. And all I'm asking is to support this staff so that Tazewell will get the quality development that it deserves.
And also, we discussed the bill that's in Raleigh right now. And of course, the governor vetoed the bill, and the Senate overrode the bill, and the House is supposed to meet on December the 9th. But it has implications for zoning, in that bill. And so we may be talking about that in the long session, the session that starts in January with the legislature. I talked with Monroe Panel, the attorney, beforehand, and Nathan is aware of it. And if you need more information regarding that, this bill affects the town's zoning. And I'm told it affects the ETJ, the extraterritorial jurisdiction, that's the 1 mile outside the city limits, so that's I think, gonna be discussed in the long session of the legislature. Any other comments?
Well, yeah, checking on what the mayor had mentioned, with the situation that we find ourselves in with Western North Carolina, the money that we thought we could get, that was sent to Western North Carolina to help out our friends over there that needs it a lot worse than we do. But it'll be brought back up in the long session. In fact, I put some more lists together so that we can get it to our representative and our senator to work on our behalf.
And one more thing, on February the 26th is the town state dinner. That's a chance for all elected officials to get with their other elected officials in Raleigh. And that will be February the 26th at the Marriott downtown in Raleigh. Town state dinner, February the 26th, if you're interested in that. Any other comments, discussion? Our meeting date in January, if someone will help me, what's the date, January? January the 7th. We will meet here at 5:30 in this room. And so, with that, we'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Mr. Mayor, before we do that, I want to wish the board and everyone out here a Merry Christmas, because we won't see each other between now and Christmas time. Now, a motion to adjourn.
Second. Any more discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed to that? No one is opposed. We're adjourned. Thank you.